And today we are going to talk about the Away Everywhere bag, which, no, I take that back. We're talking about the Away Everywhere Tote. But I will tell you I also have the bag, and that's going to come in another video, so don't forget to subscribe. Alright, we're going to get right into talking about this bag. Now, this tote is really nice. I really do like it. I like it for all of the elements on it. It actually has a nice drop here. The straps are a little thin, and sometimes when straps are too thick though, they tend to like fall off. Sometimes leather, they tend to fall off depending on the clothes you're wearing. It can be used as like a work tote, travel tote, beach tote. The material isn't to where it's going to get, you know, messed up. And it's a really nice one. Now the Away and some other brands, they can personalize. So I personalize this with my initials. I could use this as a beach bag if I wanted to, if I didn't want to use a backpack. Have my backpack. I think it just depends on what you're doing and where you're going, and what you think you'll be using it for. I really do like the backpack that I got, which it's been months since I did that review on my Osprey, what did I get? Osprey Sportlight 25. It's been a while since I've done that, but that is basically if I know I'm going to be going on mini adventure excursions. I just need it to be more functional for maybe a hike or something like that. I think there's different things when you know what you're going to be doing on a specific vacation, what you're going to need to take. For me, I'd say that this is a great, like, you know, going to Europe or, you know, somewhere where it's, you may want to look, I don't want to say a little more fancy, but maybe you don't want to look or have a backpack. The other thing is that if you have too large of a bag or a backpack, a lot of museums or things like that won't let you in. So you have to think about things like that. So you just have to research and see. But I know definitely like the museums do not like you to have a backpack on. So something like this would be kind of nice to be able to hold your stuff, like especially if you're going to a 2-destination excursion, like maybe you're doing a museum and then maybe you're going to go have lunch and then maybe go hang at the beach. This would be great because you can have everything in here. And then maybe if you have your bus, you can just put your little like wallet or, you know, little like a crossbody bag or something. You can throw that in here and just take that to like the lunch or whatever. But I think it works out pretty good. And it's a nice option to be able to use. So anyway, so here it is. So I'm gonna get it up close and personal so you can see exactly what I have in here because I've been using it as a work tote, but then I'm gonna switch it out and show you how I would use it as a travel tote. First I'm gonna show you here. It has, of course, the trolley sleeve. Now this does not have the zipper on the bottom to make it an additional pocket. You don't have that. Some people forget to zip this up and then your stuff goes through. Sometimes the zipper can be pulled and then your stuff falls out. The con is you don't have that extra pocket option. My thought is any bag that has like a zipper should have like a little clip, so that way it's clipped and then you can't open it and then you have a true pocket and not have to worry about it opening. That's my opinion. The straps are pretty nice. They're not too thick this way, and I would say they're only about 1 inch wide and about a 12-inch drop. I think this is a perfect drop on this. The dimensions on this are 16 by 12 and a half, a little, and then it says it's 7.9 or almost 8 inches wide. It doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel bad. Because I think because it tapers in at the top here. So this is the widest part, but it doesn't feel, it's not totally wide all the way. It does have a generous front pocket here. I don't know what I have in here. I have some things in there. So it has this really nice front pocket with a key leash. I always end up putting my like earbuds on my key leash because that's the one thing I can't find all the time is that. I'm going to put this stuff back in here so I don't forget it. So I have to go pay something, and that's the invoice. On the inside, well, I have snacks in here. But this is where you could carry your laptop. I would say probably up to like a 14-inch, maybe a 15-inch for sure, but this is an iPad 10.9, I think is what it is. And it does have a little snap here. Well, I've never used the snap because I haven't carried a laptop in here yet, but I will be here in the next couple weeks. It has 2 slip pockets on this side. I have some lotion in one. And I don't have anything in the other. Okay, and I have some antibacterial stuff in the zipper pocket and a hairbrush. Okay, I have my little bandolier pouch. I think I just threw my little wallet in here and took it with me, but that seems to be the easiest for this type of bag. This is like floss and disposable toothbrush with toothpaste on it, mints, gum, whatever in that. Try to stay organized. This is just my pens for my planner. And then I have my little tech pouch because yeah, everything like needs to be charged right all the time. You never know how long you're going to be gone. I bought these 2 pouches. Anything I have purchased I'll link below in case you're interested. The little mesh pouches came in a pack of 3, and I use all of them. These came together and they're pretty inexpensive. I recently got them and I basically just wanted something a little nicer. This is obviously red, so I can distinguish that this is my first aid stuff. So I have like band-aids and stuff in there, and then I'll also put any kind of medicine or anything that I may need for the day in here. And then this is my little, where I keep my little makeup and stuff. Well, that is what I have in there. It's pretty generous, just one open cavity there. That is it for this, but let me show you how I would put in all my other stuff. I think you've seen me like plenty of times where I said I've done my personal item for a plane. Oh, I have I love the trip travel gear items. These are so compact. Even though you can put a lot in them, they feel very compact. And last time what I did is I ended up putting my makeup in here. That worked out so well. I did it twice. I had 2 different conferences and it worked out well just to put it right in here rather than a separate little makeup thing. And then it kind of stayed secure in here. Oh, it was so great. And then I have my magnifying mirror right here. So everything was just all together. I just loved it. And then if you ever want to see what's in here, I think I have another video on that. But I'll show it another time when I'm packing someday. I haven't booked anything yet. Kind of weird. There's just been a lot going on. So anyway, this is big enough to where you can stand it up, which is what I like because I think it provides where you can just pull things out rather than stacking stuff on top of each other. I think vertical actually works for this bag better. And then I use the 3-in-1 case for my charging bank and then my headphones for the plane. I like to use, I know everybody uses that iFly one, or a lot of people use it. I like to use one that's just plugs in. This has the dual plug, and the reason is because I know it won't, I don't have to worry about charging it basically, but I'll put it all in here, maybe a couple cords or whatever, and then I can put it in there. So that's how that sits in there. I have my Kindle, and I will put the, what did I just do with it? Oh, here it is. And the iPad in here. I have my Kindle and iPad in that little pocket, and snap that closed. I have my little jewelry case. Now, this jewelry case does not fit in either of these slip pockets, which is kind of annoying, but I've been putting it in, I can put it in the little, where the, whatever you call this? Where you put the iPad and stuff, your electronics, and it kind of slides in there okay. In the zipper pocket, I put all the antibacterial stuff. And Kleenex, I'll put in the little slip pocket. My phone will go in the outside. Actually, I think I'll put my phone in the slip pocket because I tend to, when I pull stuff out, I tend to like pull stuff out. Also throw my first aid kit in there. I have my dual eyeglass case. And then I also have my makeup brushes. Okay, so all that will go in. And then right here is where I put my liquids bag. I have a little liquids bag in there. Okay, liquids bag. Hand lotion can go there. In the zipper pocket here, I'm going to put my passport and my wallet. That's pretty much it there. I'll probably throw some snacks in. I'll just throw it in here by the electronics. And then it does zip up pretty nicely. All right, now that it's all packed up, so this is what it would look like on the side. It doesn't have another strap, so it can be like longer hands-free, but I mean, it's not too bad. It's not too heavy. I think if I put more stuff in here, which it could fit, I think it would be too heavy for me. And I wouldn't want that either. Definitely not that. So I've been using this again for the last couple of weeks just for work and stuff, and it's worked out really well. I think it makes things that look a little nicer, especially for work, you know, just work, you know, and you work in a professional setting, which I am so glad this is my last year. So glad. But as I think of the future, you know, I still can use this. Like I could throw something in there. This could be a great weekender bag for me because I wouldn't take that much stuff. I could probably take a couple things out, or because I wouldn't need that many liquids or anything like that. Maybe I just have a space in there for my clothes or whatever for overnight. This is like a great, like if I took off in the morning, spent the night somewhere and then came back, I could just take this. And this does come in a few different colors. Of course, I chose the navy, of course. Well, I'm like all in navy today too, which is kind of weird because it just happened that way. But anyway, there it is. So of course, these are also, I want to say they're kind of mid-price because I have seen some bags where they are extremely expensive, you know, $500 or more. And I'm like, there's no way I'm ever going to pay for that. But I say these are investment pieces. So you take care of them and they should last a long time. The only thing I can say about this bag that I don't care for, which I wish they had done, is on the bottom, they just have those little leather straps, and I wish they had put little feet on them, you know, the little feet things. My plan, I know it's a super expensive bag. For me, it's considered expensive because normally I don't pay a lot for things. I try to get everything on a sale, and I will tell you, there are coupon codes out there. I would find a coupon code because I used a coupon code for everything that I find. I will search and search and search for a coupon code before I will actually pay full price for anything. And I did get a reduction on these. Not a reduction. I used a coupon code and got a discount. I can't remember how much it was. I think it was like a 30% off. But you can find them. So just look. Just fine, look. But what I do is I consider these kind of investment pieces. So you're going to have them for a very long time. But again, my thought is even though it's an expensive bag, I still feel like I want to put like little feet on the bottom of these. I don't know. I just feel like it needs that. I think they didn't do it because that would add like an extra, like a 1/4 inch or something to the height of it. I'm fine with that. I think it still would fit fine underneath the seat based on the dimensions and stuff. It's going to be fine. But I am really, really loving it so far. Like I said, I've only had it for a couple weeks, but I've been using it to go back and forth to work, different things I've done. I don't go to the office that often, but I have my stuff in it and I'm constantly getting in and out of it and then using it when I have to go places and stuff. Like I said, I have that one item in there because I don't want to forget anything. Having my planner with me is really important because I write everything down, and then if I'm somewhere I can write it down. But yeah, like I said, it does fit everything. Now I do have the Away Everywhere bag, and I'm going to do a review on that right now. but you'll see it. You'll see it later. And then I have a few other things. Like I said, I did a little retail therapy, so just bear with me on everything I purchased. All right, we're gonna put this on here so you can see. This is my Bay's carry-on, which I haven't done a review on. I'll probably be saying this probably a couple times. I haven't done a review on it because I haven't used it yet, but it's almost like my old suitcase. I'll do a video on it later and explain why I had to get a new suitcase. Here it is on there. Easy to be able to get in, get your liquids out, get your water bottle out or whatever. Like to be able to keep, passport, wallet, things close right here to be able to get to pretty easily. I like being able to put my phone on the inside, especially going through TSA. It's probably the worst is because you're pulling everything out, and I constantly, just like a lot of people, carry it in my back pocket or whatever. And I have actually gone through the detector with my phone in my back pocket. Just totally forgot about it. And then I had to have a whole body search just because I had the phone in there, which they knew, but they still had to do a check. It's obvious, anyway. Oh, this helps fix that by putting it inside here, if I remember. Hopefully I will remember. Anyway, it fits well on here. I like the fact that it's very streamlined. Again, this is one of those things where it just depends on where you're going and what you're doing. There are some things, maybe I would probably use this for like a smaller vacation, or like a weekend to up to like 5 days probably, because I probably wouldn't carry as much, maybe, I don't know. And I'd probably use something maybe a little bit bigger, like the Everywhere bag, which I'm going to be doing a video on it next. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe. Take care. Have a great day.